So this is just the latest salvo, and I will play you a 2-minute summary of the 7-minute groveling apology he sent her in this voicemail at 2 a.m. It's, he watched me breastfeed naked in my trailer. In context, when we saw text from her saying, I'm breastfeeding in my trailer, come on over. She played with fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake. Sorry. Justin, you succeeded. You're good. You can stop.
Oh my God, you won't believe the bombshell that just dropped. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have stormed into court with a shocking move that's got everyone talking. They're demanding this whole lawsuit gets tossed out. But wait, there's more to this story than meets the eye, darling. The drama is absolutely overflowing. We're talking leaked messages, Hollywood power plays, and some seriously shady business going down behind the scenes. And just when you thought it couldn't get any juicier, Megyn Kelly steps into the ring and absolutely demolishes Blake Lively's story, exposing contradictions that'll make your jaw drop. But here's where it gets really interesting, sweetie. Why is billionaire Steve Swias quietly bankrolling Justin Baldoni's legal team? Trust me, this twist is something nobody saw coming. Welcome back to Inside and Out, where we serve up the hottest gossip and the messiest scandals piping hot. Grab your popcorn and settle in because, darling, this ride is about to get wild. And let me tell you, we're just scratching the surface of this delicious drama. Blake and Ryan might want this lawsuit gone, but the real question is, what are they trying to hide?
She's made herself into Amber Heard. We all see it. This was a massive disaster for her to unleash this PR campaign against him, which, by the way, Brian Friedman told us she started. She was the one through her PR agent who was dropping negative stories about Justin, not the other way around.
All right, let me spill this scalding hot tea. Blake and Ryan's legal team just marched into court, demanding this whole mess gets thrown out. But honey, Justin Baldoni isn't about to roll over and play dead. He's fighting back with everything he's got. Now, this is where things get absolutely delicious. Megyn Kelly just dropped receipts that could turn this whole situation upside down. Are you ready for this? It turns out Blake's team might have been the puppet master all along, spreading lies before anyone even knew there was drama. The tea is scorching, darling. We've got leaked messages showing Blake's publicist working overtime, planting negative stories about Baldoni months before they even filed the lawsuit. And these weren't just some random blog posts. We're talking major newspapers running with these stories. But wait, it gets even more scandalous. There's whispers that the New York Times actually edited text messages to make Blake look like an innocent angel in all this. Is anyone else getting major Amber Heard and Johnny Depp vibes? Because I sure am. Here's what's really got people talking. If Blake's case is so rock solid, why is her team desperately trying to shut this whole thing down? What secrets are they trying to keep buried? Because, darling, this isn't just about legal drama anymore. This is about power, influence, and who really pulls the strings in Hollywood. Let me paint you this picture. According to these leaked messages and some very chatty insiders, Blake Lively allegedly took complete control of this movie. We're talking rewriting scenes, making demands, and calling all the shots. And honey, she wasn't even the director, producer, or writer. Poor Justin Baldoni. Megyn Kelly pointed out that this man bent over backwards trying to make Blake happy, but apparently nothing was ever good enough. And get this, Blake wasn't working alone in this power play. She was supposedly leveraging Ryan Reynolds' star power and even pulling strings through Taylor Swift's connections to get the production team to dance to her tune. And if anyone dared to push back, well, rumor has it she threatened to walk away from the whole project. The media mess in this story is giving me whiplash. Word on the street is that the New York Times might have been playing favorites, allegedly tweaking those text messages to make Blake look like the victim. Remind anyone else of that Amber Heard situation? And those leaked messages showing Blake's publicist planning fake stories about Baldoni before the lawsuit even existed? The timing is shadier than a palm tree in Miami. So here's what everyone's wondering. Was this all part of some master plan from the very beginning? Because, darling, something about this whole situation just isn't adding up.
They're saying she decided she wanted to take over and use the power of her fame and name and that of her husband, Ryan Reynolds, to bully Justin Baldoni into the fetal position.
Just when you thought this couldn't get any messier, honey, hold on to your seats. A leaked voicemail from Justin Baldoni has everyone's tongues wagging, and Megyn Kelly is having an absolute field day with it. Picture this, Justin sending a 7-minute apology to Blake at 2 a.m. while they're still filming. But this wasn't just any old "I'm sorry" message, darling. The voicemail, which Baldoni's team just released, sounds like a man walking on eggshells, practically groveling to Blake and Ryan Reynolds. But here's what's got everyone scratching their heads. Why on earth was he apologizing if he was the one being harassed? Why send a middle-of-the-night message practically begging for Blake's approval? Some whispers suggest Ryan Reynolds had just confronted him that very night and poor Justin was scrambling to save face. But others, they're saying this voicemail is the smoking gun that proves Baldoni was absolutely terrified of Blake and Ryan's Hollywood muscle. Megyn Kelly didn't pull any punches, darling. She called Baldoni emasculated and terrified, saying he sounded like a man desperately trying to hold on to his position in a movie he was producing. And let's not forget, by this point, Blake had allegedly taken such control of the film that it barely felt like his project anymore. So what does this late-night voicemail really tell us? Was this the moment we can pinpoint Justin losing grip on his own creation? Because, honey, this case has evolved into something much bigger than a simple lawsuit. It's become a full-blown power struggle about who really runs the show in Tinseltown.
So this is just the latest salvo, and I will play you a 2-minute summary of the 7-minute groveling apology he sent her in this voicemail at 2 a.m.
Oh, but wait until you hear this, sweetie. Blake Lively's carefully constructed house of cards started tumbling down when those leaked messages hit the internet. Remember her big claim about Justin Baldoni barging into her trailer while she was breastfeeding? Well, those texts tell a very different story. It turns out Blake actually invited him in herself, sending messages telling him she was breastfeeding, but he could come through. Talk about a plot twist. But honey, that's just the appetizer. Blake also tried to paint this picture about a producer showing her inappropriate content on set. Well, guess what? That explicit content was actually just a reference shot from a childbirth scene for the movie. The drama! And it gets even better, darling. Remember when Blake claimed Baldoni made inappropriate comments about her weight? Well, those leaked messages revealed the truth. The poor man only asked about her weight because he needed to lift her for a scene and was worried about his back injury. Can you believe it? With each new revelation, Blake's story started falling apart faster than a cheap designer knockoff. People couldn't help but wonder, was this whole thing just carefully crafted fiction? The comparisons to Amber Heard's trial started flying left and right, and honey, they weren't pretty. Now, with all this evidence stacking up against them, Blake's team made a desperate move that had everyone talking. They tried pushing for a gag order to keep Baldoni and his team quiet. No more proof, no more media talks, but here's the kicker that had everyone gasping. Baldoni's lawyer wasn't even the first one to start spilling tea. Let me serve you the real hot gossip, darling. Those leaked messages showed Blake's team had been playing dirty pool from day one. They were working the media behind the scenes weeks before the lawsuit even existed, planting stories, setting up their narrative, and painting Blake as the innocent victim before Baldoni could even defend himself. Now that the truth is coming to light, Blake's team is in full panic mode, trying to shut everything down. But the question on everyone's perfectly glossed lips is, will the judge buy what they're selling, or is this just another desperate attempt to control the narrative? You can feel it in the air, honey. This case is spinning out of control faster than a Hollywood romance, and we're about to witness one of the biggest reputation crashes Tinseltown has seen in years. The desperation was practically dripping as Blake's legal team pushed for that gag order, trying to muzzle Baldoni and stop any more bombshells from dropping. But darling, those leaked texts proved something juicy. Blake's team had been in bed with the press long before any legal papers were filed. They were pulling strings, feeding their version of events to the media, and controlling the headlines to make Blake look like the victim of some dastardly plot. Now that the facts are breaking through their carefully constructed facade, Blake's team is scrambling to keep a lid on things. But will the judge see through this mess, or is this just another power play in their game of Hollywood chess? One thing's crystal clear, sweeties. This case is careening off the rails, and we're about to witness a reputation crash that'll have Tinseltown talking for years to come. And that's all the piping hot tea I've got for you today, darlings. If you're living for this drama as much as I am, smash that like button like it's a Hollywood scandal. Drop your wildest theories in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all the latest gossip. You know we'll be back with more sizzling stories. Until next time, keep that popcorn ready, and thanks for watching. Catch you later, loves.